What's up, Dunwoody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's all about Dunwoody, Georgia. My name is Matt Weber, the host of the show, and show is brought to you by Dr. Brett Friedman from Village Orthodontics, very close to you guys. Today on the show, we've got a couple of fellas from Dunwoody United Methodist Church, Dr. Phil Schroeder, who is the pastor there, and then committee chair for Great Day of Service, Bryan Beard. I don't know where you guys want to get going. Dr. Schroeder, you want to start us off? Tell us a little bit about Dunwoody United Methodist, and then we can kind of get into the events that you've got planned.
Yes, I feel like I'm in my first year at Dunwoody United Methodist. My first year was the pandemic year where we met.
Slow start.
Yeah, we met on the parking lot and we met on the ball field, and then we moved indoors, and then we had to move back outdoors and indoors and outdoors. So this is my first year that's close to normal, and then I finally got COVID for Christmas Eve, and I missed all of our Christmas services. And so it's been an adventure, but it's been wonderful to be here in Dunwoody. And Dunwoody is a church that likes to serve big by serving in both big and small ways. And we have several big projects throughout the year, like food stock in the fall. But during Lent every year, we do a Great Day of Service, which is a way for people, as part of their Lenten discipline, to be able to find ways to serve. And it's a great day and a great way to start getting involved in different ministries around Dunwoody. Some things that are done inside the church and some things that are done out in the community.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what kind of stuff out in the community are you doing?
Bryan?
Yeah. So we have 20 different projects. These projects are for members of our church as well as anybody in the community to participate in. The event is Saturday, March 25th. And so we have projects for families, individuals of every age group, so you can find, really a way to serve that's a fit for you. We have all kinds of projects. We have projects, food packing projects, we have kit building projects, we have landscaping projects, and I can go into some detail a little bit later on those.
Yeah. Cool. And so where do they sign up if people want to go ahead and register?
So registration opens up this Friday.
Okay.
Best way to do it is just to go to our church website, which is dunwoodyumc.org. And from there, you'll see promotions for Great Day of Service, and you can register.
Okay. I'll make sure I attach that to it, too.
We're expecting around 550 volunteers this year. We're building back up from a couple of years of COVID, so we're expecting a lot of volunteers. About 95% of the projects take place on our church campus, so there's just a few that are off-site. Most of the projects start around 9 o'clock, and we're going to have a breakfast served in our fellowship hall at 8:30. And most of the projects are done around 11 o'clock. So we try to get everybody home by lunchtime.
Yeah. Is this mostly people from the church, or is it a little bit of both?
Yeah, we encourage both. So, obviously we have a lot of members from our church that participate, but it's definitely a community event, and we're, trying to get as many people from the community to participate.
Okay.
It's one of the things I've really been impressed with in Dunwoody is whole groups of people that show up for things like Great Day of Service and food stock. We have an Ohio State alumni group that comes every year, and they work together to try and feed hungry people. We have groups from the high school. We have groups from other churches that come and serve alongside us. So I think that is a wonderful thing and speaks very highly about this community.
Yeah. Reverend Phil, how long have you been in the community? How long have you been in Dunwoody?
We moved here in June of 2020.
Okay.
So they told me I was coming here on March the 1st of 2020, and then the world kind of shut down a week or two later. So I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But we moved here from the Decatur area.
Okay. Yeah. And then your last church was in Grayson, you said? That was we kind of talked about that before the show.
I was in Grayson from 01 to 08, and then I worked with churches across the North Georgia Conference and across the Southeast, trying to help them be more engaged in mission in their community. So it's a wonderful thing now to get the chance to take my own advice, and rather than being the consultant, having to be the one who leads a church forward in such strange and challenging times. But we're a church that believes that doctrine can divide people, but service unites people. And so we want to invite people to be in service together. And what I've seen a thing like Great Day of Service do is I've seen it start lifelong friendships. Back many years ago, a woman named Vicki Smith at the Peachtree Road United Methodist Church came up with the idea of this intense day of service. But it's not really just one day. You work a project alongside with someone, and you make a new friend. But you also work a project with someone, and then you decide, now the CAC is something I think I'd need to be involved with. We have people who now chair the board of the CAC. We have people who find their way into community ministries and agencies because they get a taste of it at the Great Day of Service. And then from that taste at the Great Day of Service, they decide this is something they want to do and really invest in. So I'm grateful for the way something like Great Day of Service continues to echo by the way people in our church and beyond serve this community.
Yeah. Dunn really steps up in all capacities, and especially the young people. I don't know. I wasn't expecting so many young people to be at, all the volunteer opportunities. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Another one of our core values is showing love by showing up. And that is really something that I see in Dunwoody over and over again. The way people show up. We had 350, 400 volunteers show up for our Night to Shine a couple weeks ago. And I appreciate your help in getting that word out because
it looked like a lot of fun.
It was an amazing evening.
That's really cool. Yeah,
Matt, we've been doing this project for 2 decades now at the church.
Oh, wow. So
it's a high priority for us and something we work, almost all year round preparing for. So I have a 8-person committee, and we start working on this, almost right after the event is done, start planning for next year.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd tell you a little bit about some of the projects we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So our largest project is called Rise Against Hunger. And that's basically where we package meals that eventually are sent to hungry people in places like Africa and Central America. And so Rise Against Hunger is a really well-run organization that helps us, pack all these meals. We're going to prepare over 42,000 meals this year just at this Great Day of Service event. We do a similar project like Phil mentioned in November, which is a larger version called Food Stock. So we call this one the mini Food Stock. But it's still 42,000 meals.
Yeah, that's not many.
And we also do a project that's a good fit for little kids called the Potato Drop. And that's where they literally dump out 4,000 potatoes and the kids get to package them into smaller boxes. And those get sent to local food banks. So, like I mentioned earlier, it's a project for any age group. So, if your kid can walk, they can do the potato drop project.
Yeah. Do they get to watch the potatoes get dropped?
That's actually done the day before because it's quite a process.
I'd like to see that pile of potatoes.
Yeah,
Do you see our potato truck for the parade?
Oh, yeah, we were right behind the potato truck, and
right.
I took pictures and posted pictures of the potato truck, and people still ask if it was real.
Yeah, I know.
Real potato.
It did look fairly real until you got up close to it.
Exactly.
So Matt, I appreciate you volunteered to set up on Friday with us when we dump the potatoes.
Fridays are tough for me, but I'll stop by and check it out for sure. That's really cool. And I'm sure that my kids would love to see a mound of potatoes like that.
It's a fun project. We also do a lot of what we call kit projects where we basically are building different kind of kits for, example would be hygiene kits for homeless shelters. We do blessing bags for Wesley Woods residents, which is a retirement living facility. We do snack bags for City of Refuge. So these are easy to do projects that can be done relatively quick. Usually a group of 8 to 10 people will be packing a kit. So a good family project that you can do together.
Yeah, it's like assembly line where people can talk to each other while they're working.
Yeah, most of our projects are very social.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. And then we also do, like Phil mentioned, the CAC. We assemble dry food kits for the CAC in Sandy Springs, and that's another fun project. And then we've got all kinds of knitting and sewing projects. We have a painting project where we create art for hospitals. So it's really, you can find a project for whatever your interests are.
Yeah. Yeah. So the talented people have a chance to do this stuff too.
Yeah, my wife has got an art background. She actually leads that project.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, those are some of the projects that we do. We do, like I said, 20 different projects.
All right. All right. Phil, what's your favorite? Reverend Phil, excuse me.
You know, I tend to like walk around and see all the different things that are going on. But for me, it's the ones that the kids are involved in. I love seeing the kids, you know, pouring rice in and feeling like they've really accomplished something for packing those meals. And the kids that they're these big containers for the potatoes, and you know, you'll see a kid pop up out of the bin of potatoes, and they just feel there's such joy on their faces. So that's the part that I love to see is people of all ages getting involved, but the kids discovering that it's not about them, which I think our kids, I think we do a lot to help our kids think it's about them, but to show that they have a chance to give back and to serve others who may be hungry or struggling. I love seeing the joy on those children's faces.
Yeah, and Methodist Church is a good place to grow up. That's where I grew up at a Methodist church over the Brookwood area.
Oh, good.
And, yeah, there's all kids, you know, all kinds of kids there, and it was good to get to know, you know, the people around you. It's a good way to meet people in the community for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, what other kind of events do you guys do throughout the year? I mean, I know of a handful just from, you know, the Night to Shine, and you know, it's cool that you guys are putting all this stuff together.
We have a huge vacation Bible school, and VBX is our new thing for some older kids. Okay. Our youth ministries are hitting on all cylinders. We just had our big Discovery Weekend with 135 kids who are here for a spiritual life weekend. That is a wonderful experience. We build a Habitat house every year with the money from our holiday festival, which happens every November. So those are some of the ways that we know that to whom much is given, much will be required. So we want to be able to give back and invest in our community and beyond.
Yeah.
So those are some of the big things that we connect with and get involved with.
Yeah. Well, Pam Talmadge has wonderful words to say about you guys. She's somebody that I respect a lot, and she just loves the church there. So, and I appreciate you guys giving for the bounce houses over the last years for the parade too. It's always nice to have that last second donation and you know, get some more fun for the kids there at the festival.
Yeah, they are redoing our float this year, so I think we won an award for it last year, and they decided to up the ante.
And
then we also have a hospitality trailer that we are just opening. It will be open this week, and we'll have it at our Sunday morning services. We're burning the mortgage, so we're going to be debt-free, so more and more money and resources can go into mission and not into debt and taking care of the building and things like that. So that hospitality trailer will be in the parade, and we want it open at the end of the parade to be able to bless people and to bless our community. Very
cool. Very cool. Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for making time for me. And then if they want to sign up for March 25th, it's open. You said it opens Friday, Bryan?
Correct. So on Friday, we'll open up registration. Just go to the Dunwoody Methodist website, and you'll be directed to where to register. And we're going to encourage everybody to sign up and bring a friend, bring a neighbor, post about it on social media, and let's get the word out.
All right, I'll help out with that. It's a great day of service, March 25th. Thanks for making time for me, guys. It's nice to meet you. And
thank you.
I've been to a few services at the church, so I need to get back there.
We'd love to have you anytime. We have services at 8:30 in the chapel for it's communion service, a 9 o'clock modern service in our fellowship hall, and 11:15 service in our sanctuary that is quite traditional every Sunday. So glad to have anybody come visit.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Matt.
Bless you.